Hi, I'm Daniel, and this will be a different kind of video. Normally I review films and shows that they are. While this will be completely about the titles, which should be how the film is remembered by association. Title is important, and while most of the movies are great, Pixar has a mixed track record in titles. Some work are related to the film and being clever. They all range from weak to just bad. I'm not the first person who feels about the film's title, but this isn't going to be trying to improve it, mostly just judging problems with the title. I'm honestly not good with titles. Some I feel is a well-made title, and some not so much. This is how the title works with fiction. Even naming characters is hard. But I'm all for criticizing things I can't do better than. In this video I'll go in chronological order, but group of franchises could be practically the same. This is a different type of video. If it does well, I could do one of animation studios. Okay, onto the titles. Toy Story works fine. It's not great, but it's better than the other titles I'll talk about later. It is a story about toys, and it's easily recognizable. I'm not sure if this is intentional, but if you remove the last syllable, it sounds like Toy Store. We only see a Toy Story in the second movie. Also, all sequels just add a number there, no subtitle, which is common for Pixar. Modern Pixar will probably just call it Toys or something shorter. So, Yaki isn't out there, but the title is just a character name. I'm a big defender of Bugs Life because it's not a weaker Pixar film, it's one of the best I talked about in this video. With that said, the title is bad. It has an R, which makes it weird and it's very generic. This is how they live. It's acting like bugs having feelings is such a unique idea. I'm not overthinking, you're overthinking this. There's nothing about ants in this title, although there's grasshoppers and circus bugs, it's mainly ants. At the very least, DreamWorks title it worse because at least there's 3 words that ever mean something. It's not attached to a bad movie like Ants is. This think is original of having a company of monsters, it applies to a movie. However, as a kid I was confused because there isn't ink in the movie. I didn't know it was short for Incorporated. Is titling Monster Incorporated too long or something? Aside from confusing kids, or maybe just me, this title is fine. Monsters University has a school of monsters, it applies to the movie. Something about it doesn't go well together. When referring to the franchise as a whole, we can call it as the Monsters franchise, but it doesn't work. There's so many things it could be with that blandness. If you want a worse franchise name, Finding Nemo is fine for one film. It's true Marlin, the main character, is Finding Nemo. First 2 S's in Finding is the same as fish, but it feels like it should have more linked to fish or the ocean. The title may seem memorable, but it's probably just the film itself and not the title. Then there's Finding Dory, which doesn't fit as well. Mine and Nemo are, but it's a side plot in the movie. Dory is finding her parents and backstory, so it's still about finding at least. There's more Dory's finding. Wait, that's a Pixar popcorn short. Big problem is the Finding franchise sounds awful to say. There's no way around this or a better title, but Finding Dory doesn't work despite consistency. The Incredibles is okay for a superhero movie, setting up the action. It is plausible, although the first movie is mostly on Mr. Incredible, but it still works fine. Incredibles 2 just added a number, but bigger issue, where is the dare? This will be annoying to try and explain. It removes a dare at the start and it looks weird together. Why was this even done? I don't have much more to say other than bring back the dare. As this speaks for itself, it's just the name of the objects featured. Imagine if all titles like this. Toys, bugs, monsters, fish, heroes, rats, robots. Balloons, okay, couldn't think of anything for up. Bears, emotions, dinosaurs, skeletons, elves, souls, sea monsters, red pandas. Find the format of this title scheme funny for how yakking it is. Sequels are just a number one, I wish it would do a Shrek with after, so the titles can ignore the certain movie in the franchise. Cars 3 should have had some subtitle instead of 3, because the film ignores Cars 2 existed. And if this video gets to infinite yay, I will make translating every movie title into the Cars format. Ratatouille is probably the best Pixar title. It's the name of a French dish to show the cooking, but it also has rat at the start. It's like a pun, but didn't need to change any of the letters. Also gives off a vibe with it being a French-like word. Could have been a problem with people not knowing how to pronounce it, but some logos have a bit where it sounded out. This is a very clever and great title. I don't have much to say about Wall.e. This .e has connotational technology, with just a character name. But what it is, it's a fine title. Up, 2 years is all we get. I can imagine, quick, we need a title, I know the reunions take the house up in the sky, so tidy it up. This is a very generic word that can be swapped with other things. This is a bad title, but at the very least, the word can apply to the film. Maybe thinking that's a weird thing to compliment, but Meredith isn't even that brave. I wouldn't say she isn't, but if it weren't for that title, no one would look at her and think brave is a personality trait. The original title, The Bear and the Bow, may be a bit too young and not marketable, but it functions at describing the movie. You know the Prince and the Frog did poorly, and some it may have been the title. Some reason it's saying the Avatar, but ignoring that. Why replace it with titles like Tangled and Brave? Inside Out doesn't work well. It sounds like someone sniffing the frog that turns you inside out, not the actual film. He looks inside the mind and out, but that's not what people think when they see the title. Inside the Mind would be the most generic title ever, I can't think of anything better. Could no one in Pixar think of something better? Don't know. A movie is amazing deserves a better title. Good Dinosaur seems like a title for a different film. Hayo isn't the only good dinosaur. The film doesn't even present that most dinosaurs aren't good. So good is a beyond word. I remember being taught about a word dungeon with beyond words, and good was there. I don't always agree, and the word good can work. I use it sometimes. The title is supposed to intrigue potential viewers, while this sounds boring. Coco as a title is about a character who barely appears. This may make a weird choice at first, which is important for reasons found out near the end. It's not just mean the character Coco, more what's surrounding it in the context. Titling it Miguel will only show part of the movie, so the word Coco has connotations to the type of film this is. Don't know how to explain it, but it just does. Thought I remember me being alternate title, but that seems to on the nose. One was surely one of the worst, and while it's quite bad title, I don't hate it. The one word title that has little connection to the movie, but it represents the quest aspect. Or Onward could also mean the emotional journey, but that sounds like a weak defense. Like the quiz game of the yoga, although it has nothing to do with the title, which is pretty low quality. Soul is another weak title that's one word. It's more specific than Upgrade and Onward, but still titled Off Souls. There's also a type of music called soul music, and Joe is a musician, but the title is still beyond for a film that's the opposite. Luca is the main character's name, it's okay title. I know it's the name of an Italian place. The film doesn't take place in that specific place. Instead, the town is called Porto Rosso. Moving on now. Turningred is the most recent and not beyond as other recent Pixar titles. The first original in more than one word in 6 years. Phrase turning red means blushing, but may yet turn to a red panda at the same time. It also could be a triple meaning as well. Title that works for the movie and means something. Conclusion, like I said at the start, titling is hard. When TV episodes often have better titles than movies, it says something. This video is more comedic than before, and I hope you enjoyed this different type of video. I think will be better if I had an avatar, but I don't need one at the moment. Just see my profile picture. If you want to know my thoughts on the actual films, I have made lots of videos on them already and plan to make more. The end.